What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are back out at the shop today for another beautiful day. We got a whole lot of wind out here, but hold on, before I show you the wind, cue up that epic intro. So here we go. We got Ken's GT500, the slowest GT500 on the planet, Speed Addict 731. If you have not subscribed to Speed Addict 731, stop by and check him out. And then of course we got the Willie Monster Corey's Coyote Swap 4i, looking good. It's ready to go to Winger Performance for a tune. That thing's gonna be a monster. Okay guys, if you caught the last upload where we fixed my car where it broke at the track, you got a little sneak peek at what Alex has done to the Wild Strawberry. Yes, boys and girls, we got some Rovos. Now I'm gonna be perfectly honest and say I never really thought much about these wheels, but I love them. It's my first time actually seeing them on a car, like up close and checking them out. And you can see, like, if I get off to the side here, they've got a real concave to them, especially on the back. And these look freaking phenomenal, especially with the R888s. Let me just get back here a little bit. You can see this thing. I mean, it's just like pure win. Pure win. But that's enough of all that. Let's see what's popping off in the shop. We got a lot of builds going. Lovely day, Jen. Look. Remember I was talking to you about that slow GT500? That's him right there. That's the guy.
I ran 727 last night.
That's the guy. Well, I would hope so. You got 550 horsepower.
I got 535 horsepower. I'm also 1,000 pounds everything.
Ken.
Cry me a river.
Ken, it's good to see you too, buddy.
So, guys, if you caught his last video, he was talking to you about the hose that broke. What he did was he was scared of running my car, so he went in and made a pre-cut.
No, what the actual story is, Ken sabotaged my car so that he wouldn't lose. But anyway, what's up, dude?
What's going on,
man? We got progress.
Dude. You see this right here?
Yeah, I know. That's freaking beautiful.
I love it, man.
Guys, I'm going to get into this in a minute, but Dover has been... Dover's been killing it.
Every build, he goes one step further.
A little farther.
Love it.
We'll get into that in a minute, though. All right, y'all. So the main point of this video is I've kind of got to come to terms with what I'm going to do with my car as far as the direction I'm going with it, which, you know, is kind of a big deal going forward as far as, you know, the other mods and other things that I do to it. One of those is, you guys know Jeremy's car, which Jeremy's car is out, and we're starting to do some work on it. As you can see, the shop is nice and clean, got some stuff out of the way. But when he bought the other engine, which has the Whipple supercharger on it, he had this thing. Just kind of just didn't need it anymore. I mean, that gives you ideas, doesn't it? I mean, so we've got a CJ intake with, of course, this beautiful billet Ford Racing throttle body, which is massive. Here's the issue with this. Sure, it would bolt right on the engine, but it's not going to fit under a stock hood. Stock hood is one of the stealth things about my car that I like. And, you know, Ken is a boy racer. He likes Celine wheel tails. He likes the turbo hoods with all the vents and all that. Well, you do have a GT500.
Oh.
But anyway, Ken, all right, stay by. Okay. So, you know, I've got the stealth look.
I'm just saying, stop being a baby and put a cow hood on and put this on there.
But I've got that stealth look. The car's fast with a flat hood.
I understand.
You know, I'm not out there advertising. Well, sure it could. But is it worth putting a cow hood on for this?
Look.
I do like that shirt, by the way. That's a cool design. You got a hair on it too.
Yeah, it's probably the wives or the dogs or.
Well, what are y'all doing?
Don't call your wife
all right,
a dog.
go. Come on, let's get back here. So, and I haven't even asked Jeremy what he wants for it. But it's also got this gorgeous JLT cold air. Comes with it, carbon fiber. I mean, it's it's legit.
That's right with the gas.
So there you go, guys. Drop me a comment below. Should we go ahead and put a cow hood on the car? And
I mean, it's not a foxbody without a cow hood, right?
well, I'm in the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, you're 100% right. But I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, y'all. So the dilemma is, whenever you build a car, most of the time you want to have some sort of purpose for it. You know, like what you want to do with it. Like, you know, for Lee, I don't want to speak for Lee, but from what I'm gathering, he wants a super fun, super cool cruiser car that makes 800 horsepower, has air conditioning. You know, going down the track really fast is not high on his list. You know, the car's fast, then you know, doesn't really have anything to prove. Jeremy, and I quote, says he just wants to do long smoky burnouts and have a fun car, and that car is going to do long smoky burnouts. He needs to buy stock and rear tires. But you know, as far as George, not 100% sure what George's goals are right yet for the car, but this is going to be insane. Of course, Gen 2 Coyote, VMP supercharger, T56 trans, blah 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 blah. But the issue comes in, like with my car, like I've got the drag racing bug really bad, but when I built the car, it was more for streetability, drivability, you know, fun, cruiser, air, power steering, all of that stuff. And of course, you know, the Maximum Motorsports suspension is geared more towards, you know, like autocross, road racing, stuff like that. It's made to handle really good. And, you know, unlike George's car, which has, you know, full Team Z, which is, you know, very conducive to drag racing, as far as, you know, the adjustability and stuff like that. So the issue comes into how far am I going to go to make my car run the number at the track. I want the car to run fast. I want you guys to see what the car is capable of. But where do I get to that point where I'm going to stop changing things and adding things and taking things away to run that sacred number? Because at the end of the day, that's getting farther and farther away from what I built the car for. Or I could say, you know, on the flip side, it's my car and do what I want with it. If I want to drag race it, I'll yank all the interior out, change all the suspension up to drag, yank the AC and the power steering off, go as fast as I possibly can. I don't know. All right, Sean, I guess kind of the point that I'm trying to make here, and hopefully you guys are following along. I think, you know, if you've been doing this for a while, you kind of get where I'm at with this. But like, you know, if you look at Corey's car is built for one thing. It has to go down the track really fast. No heat, no AC. I don't think the radio works. You got a shifter, you know, you got your line lock, your trans brake, attack. I mean, this car is made to go down the track as fast as possible. The suspension is geared towards that. You know, everything in this car is built for that. The two-step, all of that. And when you take my car into consideration, you know, mine's got full interior, you know, it's got all the amenities, full weight, you know, and for my car to really get to the number that I've got in my head, which I'm about 6/10 off from where I want to be. And granted, I haven't gotten everything out of the car yet, you know, it's still got quite a bit left in it, but to get where I'm going to be, I'm probably going to have to make some changes as far as the suspension, you know, maybe take a little weight out of the car. I don't know. Maybe mess with the tune some more, have Daryl look at the tune. I don't know. But at what point do I say, okay, I'm done? You know, the car's fast enough, you know, now I can just enjoy it as a fun street car. Because I got to be honest, y'all, I've got the bug on the drag strip. Chasing that number, I've got that bug, and I didn't build the car for that, and it's really a shame. So there is the dilemma, guys. I'm sure you guys have probably come to that at some point. Ken, what is the purpose of your GT500? Is it a street car, track car? What's it going to be? Yes.
Both.
Both.
So that's the reason I'm not putting drag suspension and everything like that, because it does a decent job on the drag strip, and it does a decent job on the street and the regular track. So it's kind of a good all-around car, and I'm not going to cater it towards.
Right.
The only thing that I would do to cater it more towards drag racing is if the car got to the point to where I had to have a cage in it, I might put a 4-point in it.
Okay.
So that's the dilemma.
So that is a good point. The issue I've got with that is it's okay being a street strip car, a good compromise between a little bit of both. But when you get obsessed with running that number, you want to go really fast. You know, you want that, you know, like for me, I want a 7.0. I don't really care what it takes to get there. But that's that's the issue is, you know, I run that number. What am I left with? A drag car?
Well, the bad thing about that is that, you know, when you run your car to drag strip, you're constantly wanting to get better. So
exactly.
When you get to 7.0,
yeah,
that's not going to be the end of it.
I know.
That's the beginning.
Like this car, there's no telling what this car will never run what it's capable of running, but it's going to be a fun car.
Yes.
But like for me, like I want the car to go fast.
It's like my car. If I was to take my car and I was to cater toward drag racing, I could probably shave off another 310s, 2 to 310s.
Easily.
So, I mean, but I would be sacrificing a little bit what I love about the car.
Yep. And that is the thing, guys. You have to basically, and you have to put yourself in a place where you're saying, okay, I'm going to get to this point and I'm going to stop. Like I'm going to stop at a roll cage. I'm going to stop at doing, you know, taking off a nice riding suspension, going to drag, something like that. You got to have that point, I guess, is kind of where I'm at. All right, guys. So sorry about all the rambling tonight, but I also know that a lot of you guys come into these types of situations, you know, if you're a car guy, if you got a, you know, car that you're a little bit conflicted with about what you want to do. Like, I seriously would like to do a CJ Manny on the car. Cobra Jet manifold, that's what this is. I'd seriously like to do it, but, you know, that would get away from my stealth look of running the stock hood on the car. And, you know, but it ends up spiraling into so many other things, and that's kind of where I'm at with my car. I want to run fast. I've got the drag race bug, but at what point do I say, okay, you know, I'm not going to change the car anymore? That's kind of where I'm at. That's how I'm feeling. That's what I'm thinking. But my God, this is just like the toy box, y'all. I'm telling you, this is heaven right here. So in the meantime, guys, drop me a comment below. Seriously, I want to know what you guys think. What is your opinion? How do you decide where you're going to stop? Like when you're building a car, do you get halfway and decide you want to change it? Do you get the car done and decide you're going to rip everything out and go a different route? You know, what do you do? You know, I'd like to know what your opinion is. So drop me a comment below. You know, as far as my car, what do you think? Or, you know, your own personal car, regardless. So in the meantime, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and please keep it tuned right here, guys. I'm telling you, it's only going to get better. Later.